This is the video for Monday, March 27th. What is the length of the side? We're given the area, and we know that length times width is how we find area. So we're thinking about what times 5 gave us 20. So we should see this work in this equation on our paper and then circling our answer that would stand for the question mark. Number 2 is just a fluency. 7 times what equals 42. Number 3, the lines and the numbers kind of got a little mixed up. So just so we're clear, it's 0, a line, line 1, line 2, line 3. It should be over a little bit more. And then line. These two lines are kind of up in the air over here. If you just draw 2 lines, and then you'll have 4, your number line should look the way it's supposed to. And it's asking what does point A represent? So we're looking here, we can see it goes past 1 hole, and we need to break down our tape diagrams so that they look exactly like our number line does. And then we can color up until we get to A in order to find which fraction matches our picture. Number 4, what is the area of the figure below? Again, using the same formula as above, we know that length times width gives us area. So we should see a similar equation down here, as well as circling our answers. Number 5 is a pretty straightforward addition problem. We should also make sure we're checking our work using subtraction. Number 6, what is the length of the line to the nearest fourth? We can see they're already cut into fourths, so we just need to look at which of these fractions matches the picture above. We can definitely see it goes to 1 whole, and then there's going to be some fraction after it to show this second part here. Number 7, which fraction is the same as 3/9? We want to make sure our denominator stays the same and our numerator adds up to 3. Below that, Miss Stanfield left for Atlanta at 3:05. It took her 3 hours to get there. When did she arrive? So we don't usually work with hours, so I want you to really take your time to think this through. If we're adding 1 hour, what's our next time going to be? And we want to continue this until we get to 3 hours. Number 9, how many more students chose cat or rabbit than goldfish or hamster? So even though we see this or, we need to make sure we're combining cat and rabbit, and we're combining goldfish and hamster. So our first step is going to be to combine cat plus rabbit. So we're going to do 11 plus 4 in order to get our answer. Then we're going to combine goldfish plus hamster. And then it says how many more students chose cat or rabbit than goldfish and hamster. So we're going to have to take the answers to these two, and we're going to have to do something with them. And I want you to think about this question. How many more students? And think about what you're going to need to do with these two numbers. Number 10, what is the difference between squares and rhombuses? So squares have 4 sides, rhombuses have 4 equal sides, squares have right angles, rhombuses have 2 sets of parallel sides. So there's only one in here that does not apply to both, and that will only be true for one of the shapes. So I want you to go through and truly think about which of these answer choices match the different pictures. Number 11, we're looking at 3 times 90, and we can break down 90 so that it's easier to work with, and then to multiply out and find our answer. Watch, E's a little bit, slid over a little bit, but that's still an answer choice. Number 12, which of the following represents the sum of 287 plus 162 rounded to the nearest hundred? So we need to round these numbers first and then add them together. Number 13, which fraction is equivalent to 3/4? And again, anytime we're finding an equivalent fraction, we want to be multiplying or dividing by the same number on the top and the bottom to get our new answer. So for example, I could multiply by 4/4 and get 12/16. Is that an answer choice? No. So I need to think about a different way of finding an equivalent fraction. Number 14, what is 6/10 in mixed number form? So I want to see how many wholes can I make out of 6/10. Well, I can make one, 6/6, but I can't make another. So what am I going to have left over? Number 15, Mr. Davis has 30 pencils. If he buys 7 packs with 9 pencils in each pack, how many pencils does he have now? So he starts with 30, and then he buys 7 packs with 9 pencils in each. How many will he have after buying those pencils? So this is a 2-step problem. You have to figure out how many pencils he's buying and then combine them with the 30 he had already in order to find what he has now. Number 16, we have our equation 5 times 7, which is 5 rows, 7 columns. And we can see that this equation can be written in a different way. We can see our rows stay the same, our columns changed. So what does this second part of this equation need to be in order for these to stay equal? Number 17, what is the area of the figure? We're going to cut and continue in order to write a 2-area equation to find the answer to this problem. All of our sides are there, so we don't have any missing sides we're looking for, so we can just go right into our cut and continue. Number 18, which of the following would be the best unit of measurement of soda for our class party? Liter, milliliter, kilogram, gram. So really think about these measurements and which one would be the best for soda. And then for number 19 and 20, we're just looking at story problems. For number 19, we're looking at a story problem that's going to use 5 times 6. And for number 20, we're looking at 32 divided by 4. So some words we want to be thinking about. We want to be thinking about the situation and thinking about our groups of language. Again, this is the same thing as 5 groups of 6. So which other answer choice is talking about 5 groups of 6? And then for 32 divided by 4, we're starting with 32 things and we're putting them into groups of 4. We want to see how many groups of 4 make 32. So really thinking about this, we want to think about which of these sentences match this division problem. As always, make sure you're speaking with your teachers and asking questions when we're going over the homework each day. It's really, really good to learn from our mistakes so that we don't make the same ones the next day. Have a great night.